What you want is, like any sales funnel, once someone says yes or showcases interests, you want to make it, if they are qualified, so that's super important. When you get lots of people who are not qualified, you want to add friction. When you're getting people who are already qualified, you want to remove friction, right? I want to talk to B2B coaches and consultants who fit all the ICP criteria that I've discussed at the beginning of this call, because I know they will be great guests. They have something to say. And if they're interested, we're going to be able to do business together. Namely, they will have the budget. So super, super important. Once we are clear on that, when they say yes, or when they showcase interest, we need to make it frictionless and get them booked as easily as possible. So sometimes our guests will have questions like, hey, like, do I have to pay for this? That's a question we often get, which we say no to. Or, hey, yes, sure, would love, can you send me more info? Or can I have a look at the podcast before? What's the typical reach that you get? These kind of questions you're gonna get, so you want to answer as fast as possible. We have templates for each typical questions that we get. So I know that my, so Hannah, our podcast assistant, can just answer right away. And once they are like, yes, interested, you want to book them as fast as possible. So here is how we do it. Super simple in terms of next steps. I can propose some dates and times for the interview or the pre-brief call. If it's easier for you, so you first want to say that you are at their disposal. Like, hey, I can propose some dates and times that you just have to choose from. Because for us, we are booking 4 to 5 interviews per day. This is a bit too much hassle, especially if one slots get booked. So the way we do it is, I can propose some dates and times. That's the first thing. Let me bring the value to you. You don't have to do anything. If easier though, you can book a time at your best convenience using this link. And here we have the Calendly link, which 100% of our guests use, except when they want to book after the 2 weeks. In this case, we need to create a tailored link. And then we are clear on the next step. Once booked, our awesome podcast manager will send you all the interview details, title, thumbnails, bio, description, questions, so you can review. In the case of a preview, you want to say, once booked, this is going to be for a pre-brief call. We're going to discuss this, and this. So we're going to get to know each other. We're going to, I'm going to explain you the podcast concept and what I'd like to talk about. And I would love to get your take on what you'd like to discuss and what's your, topic of interest. Once they book this call, whether that's pre-brief or the actual interview, you want to make sure they receive reminders, like in a funnel. Okay, so 24 hours before the call, reminder. 1 hour before the interview, reminder. This gives us a 100% show rate because it's value driven. You put the reminders in place and you make it about them and you show that you've done your homework. For the pre-brief call, it's exactly the same thing, exactly the same approach. To one critical difference is you don't have the interview time yet, which is where all the magic is going to happen. So you want to follow the similar approach for the booking of the pre-interview call. And then you want to book the interview into that call. You want to book a meeting from a meeting. So you make the pre-brief call 20 to 30 minutes. And at the end of it, you make sure that you keep 5 minutes to say, hey, look, amazing. Looks like we're all set. I'll send you the questions via email if you'd like. If you have your calendar handy, I can pull up mine and we can look at a specific time for the interview. And you do not leave until you have an interview date and time. Super important because we know what happens. Sure, okay, let's follow up. And you're going to lose 50% of the people in the funnel doing like this because they're going to get busy. Your email is going to get lost. They're not going to click on the link. They're going to click on the link and they're not going to find a time that is perfectly convenient for them. So they won't. So you want to figure it out in the interview, in the pre-interview call.
If you run a professional services firms and you are not growing as fast as you'd like, then I'd like to give you a free gift. My team and I have put together the B2B Podcasting Secrets Playbook, which is basically 3 years of my teams and I knowledge, solving branding and lead generation for good for professional services firms. So if this is you, then your business growth is directly linked to the number and the quality of the relationships that you're able to build with actual decision makers, also whilst building reputation and brand. And we got pretty good at helping people like you do exactly that using podcast. So the playbook has 9 sections, from how to even position it, to finding the first guests, how to transform content and guests into clients, all the way up to becoming the #1 influencer in your space. It includes visuals, videos, text, and templates, and case studies relevant to each and every section. And if you want to go even faster, then on the thank you page, you can book a call directly with my team, and we will look at your firm, see if we can help. And if so, we'll put together a tailored plan for your specific podcast that you can use and implement.